I would work 16 hours a day for the first 7 years of what I was doing. And every time I made money, I just put it back in. I started businesses and I invested. I put it back in, I put it back in, I put it back in. And I encourage you also, since you're meeting a lot of people telling them to be financially free, once you start earning those millions, huwag niyo muna gastusin. Huwag niyo muna gastusin. Double down, invest as much as you can already so that later on, 5-10 years from now, what you placed early will start making more money. Yung perang nawala, nababalik hindi? Nababalik! Oo, perang nawala. If you've been in business for quite some time, alam mo kahit nalugi ka, kaya mo ibalik yun eh. Yung love life na nawala, nababalik eh. Oo, totoo. Pero yung oras na nawala, di mo na mababalik yun eh. Why am I saying this? Place a higher preference today on your time than anything else. Kasi hindi nyo na mababalik yung oras na nawala eh. And if you can spend, talagang malakas yung hugot mo din. But if you can spend a lot of time to double down and put as much effort today while you're in your 20s, when you hit my age, I'm 35 years old already, when you hit 35 years old, lahat ng trinabaho nyo in 25, you will reap it in 35. Don't play for the short term. Always, it's nice to win and earn today, but don't just look kung ano yung nakikita nyo dito. Focus on how do you strategically plan for 35, or for 40, or for 28, or for 30. What I'm walking now is something that I planned 2011. And what I'm planning right now, I'm not planning for next year, I'm planning for what I will do when I hit 40 or 45. Every time you do the long game, that's where you see the bigger picture. Kasi in what you do, you have to remember, number one, it's a numbers game, yes or no? Yes. Number two also, there will be a lot of rejections, yes? That's why you need to know that you're not looking about what you're doing with them now, but you're looking at what will be your end game later on. Kahit gaano kalaki yung kinikita nila, you know why they want to save or they want to invest? They all want peace of mind. They all want peace of mind that if something happens, meron makukuha yung asawa ko, yung anak ko. Yes? If something happens, if the economy goes downturn, I have something. If my career is not as good anymore, I have enough buffer. And you have to remember, that mentality, it doesn't matter if you're making 200,000 to 500,000 pesos a year to you're making 50 million pesos eh. You will notice this. When you meet more people that has more money, mas praning pa sila sa pera eh. Oh, kasi yung at the back of your head, paano kung mawala lahat to? What if lahat ng trinabaho ko for the past 5-10 years, mawala? That's why they think hard on how they can preserve their money. And what you're doing is, you're in the business of solving their problems. Please remember this, money is just a byproduct of how many problems you solve. That's why don't chase after money. Chase after solving as much problems as you can. Because the more problems you solve, the more of people's problems that you solve, the more money you will make eh. Agree? So, open-minded na ba kayo? Sabay-sabay tayo, power! While I was employed 9 to 5, I was working on my job. Then after that, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, midnight hanggang madaling araw, I was working on my dreams. You have to understand this, no one will work harder for your dreams than you. That's why ngayon, yung advantage you dito, your ability to earn is based on the ability of how much work you also put in it. Because there's no secret sauce eh. It's all hard work eh. If when people tell you the way to make money is, leverage everything, no eh. That's true. But at the start, it's hard work. You keep on pushing and you keep on pushing. And for me, all I did was I hustled hard eh. When you're starting out, when you're working, you put as much effort as you can. I'm not the smartest, I'm not the most talented, I'm not the smartest. But what I knew when I was starting out was I spent a lot of effort outworking everyone. You might not be the most charismatic kasi may ibang tao talaga pag kinausap mo, ano, okay na, top up na ako, gano'n, di ba? Oh, wala, ngingiti pa lang. Sige, saan ako pipirma? You might not be the most charismatic, you might not be the best salesperson, but guess what? If you outwork people, you will still win. It's all about how bad you want it. And for me, I wanted it so bad because when I was starting out, my dad lost everything. And I graduated from college with 500 pesos. And I knew that if I stuck with my day job, in-interview ko na yung mga boss ko Sabi ko kung na-promote ako na manager after 5 years, very optimistic na yun, yung sweldo ko, ito lang. Kung ito yung sweldo ko, ito yung gusto kong makuha, it will take a long time That's why you have to remember this. With what you're doing, do not ever limit. If you think kulang, spend a lot of time to just outwork it. I would work 16 hours a day for the first 7 years of what I was doing. And every time I made money, I just put it back in. I started businesses and I invested. I put it back in, I put it back in, I put it back in. And I encourage you also, since you're meeting a lot of people, telling them to be financially free, once you start earning those millions, huwag niyo muna gastusin. Huwag niyo muna gastusin. Double down, invest as much as you can already so that later on, 5-10 years from now, what you placed early will start making more money. And once it starts making more money, you know the ability na kahit hindi kayo magtrabaho, pero because your investments are working hard for you, okay kayo,